According to the chairman of the Corporate Plaza Union, Nchaku Festus, the union has the capacity to produce clothes for export if the necessary conditions and environments are put in place by the government. And it will go a long way to boost the economy as well as reduce unemployment.
First of all, make sure that we get permanent electricity supply and get our raw materials, source our raw materials we can be exporting. We have had a lot of training, courtesy of World Bank and Nigerian Export Promotion Council, NIDB, UNIDO. We have had a lot of training that can enable us to compete with the rest of the world. We are only running short of equipment, machineries, and this electricity facility.
He hinted also that about 3 different types of machines are used in making suits, but they are all imported from China and requires electricity to function adequately.
Right now, it comes from China because the ones made imported from China is cheaper than the ones from Europe.
It doesn't last.
It helps us. The training we had, we were trained in a way that if you can run for 3-4 years, you can sell it off and buy new ones. So if you are having turnover, it will help us to a certain level. The moment you keep your money, you buy new ones and then close the old ones. Because none of us can access the ones from Europe, but it is so expensive. And we are not having any bank assistance, like soft loan from bank. We are not having any. We registered cooperatives in order to access a bank loan, but we have not been given attention.
He believes that if the agricultural sector are in order and policies put in proper perspective, the country can manufacture their own raw materials within rather than paying huge resources for importation from China.
I expect them through their agricultural projects to assist us because cotton comes from agriculture. Even wool comes from agriculture. During our seminar with UNIDO, one of our facilitators made us to know that the threads, the raw materials they use in Japan is locally sourced there. They first of all do the farming and get the cotton and the wool and the linen from their farm, process it, and then it helps their garment sector. If it can be done that way in Nigeria, it will help us because most of these materials are being sourced outside Nigeria, and the exchange rate, dollar exchange rate, is causing a lot of bottleneck to our system.
Another challenge is that of merchant men who are not trained in the art of sewing, but certainly have large number of clients by mere being fashion consultant, but rely heavily on the tailors in Aba for the actual designs and sewing. More baffling is the environment where these world-acclaimed designs are produced. Many of them are in the makeshift stores, painting a picture of not too pleasant aesthetic value.
I've been to some of these stores, and man, it's funny. It's funny. It was the last time I went to those kind of areas. The environment where they stay is not helpful, and for them to bring out such fantastic job out of those kind of environments, man, those guys, kudos to them. Kudos to them. So I think the Nigerian economy should know how to invest, because this is something that is very, very, very lucrative.
The seeming unorganized setting where these tailors make garments can be turned into world-class hub for designs with well-built-up structures that will grow international patronage and partnership. Recently, the Senate President Bukola Saraki was seen cladded in a made-in-Aba clothes, which may be comparable to any quality sewing and finishing from established names and brands beyond our shores.
Yeah, in terms of quality, I think because the raw materials are not made here. They are just assemble and design them and couple them and arrange them and send them. So if the raw materials are, when they come in and it's well done, of course it can stand anything anywhere. It can stand any industry anywhere. I've made lots of clothes that we send outside the country, export outside the country, and they appreciate it. Especially our indigenous guys outside in diaspora, they appreciate this things done here. Of course, I met a lot of them that have tailors out there, but what they get here is a different ballgame altogether. So I think it's something that can stand the international standards if the materials, of course, and fabrics are in different grades. So if you use and of course the quality ones are easily accessible in Nigeria. They're easily accessible. So it depends on who is making and what decisions they take over the quality.
Patronage is key if this community of tailors will pull through and establish themselves as Aba cloth makers. This is one community waiting to be exploited for good. This is one hub waiting to blossom. Some smart Lagos, Abuja and Port Harcourt-based fashion consultants, as they prefer to be called, retain some of these craftsmen and women as tailors while they make a premium from their clients in city centers. When it comes to decongesting the labor market, the Aba Garment Hub has taken up quite a bit, as most shops retain at least 4 persons. Foreign exchange also hurts the business as in other import-dependent businesses, but one quick way to buffer that is to deepen the acceptance of the Aba brand and by extension encourage a backward integration for raw materials rather than always looking to Asia for material supply.
One of the problems we are having with the Aba people is that often at times they will produce a very beautiful material just like this one I'm wearing, and they call it made in Paris, made in somewhere or that place. Definitely the government is seriously looking inward, giving them the orientation that there is good thing to say when you produce your product. You boldly and proudly call it made in Aba. And we have also made a case that military uniform, navy uniform, all the whole parastatals, most of the time, they want to go and import. We have the capacity in Abia State to produce for Nigeria, not only for Nigerian people, for export, because I think we are the best. And the government of Okezie Ikpeazu is also looking inward in making sure that one of the major problems they have there is light. With the synergy between Partinaji and the gentleman who is now distributing light in Abia State, the southeastern state, and the intervention of our governor, Dr. Okezie Ikpeazu, making sure that they make peace. If they open that sector that has been lying fallow for over a number of years now, what is going to happen is that there will be steady power supply in Abia State, particularly Aba.
Think Nigeria, grow Nigeria. Patronize made in Aba garments. There is certainly no better time to think Nigeria. Is it really possible to advance on the weaknesses that are noticeable in the goods that we despise? I think yes. The time to act is now and you have a role to play. Thanks for joining us. Bye for now.